Biohazard in the area. Biohazard in the area. Biohazard team deployed.
Aren't the suits a little bit of an overkill? Aren't the hazmat suits a little bit overkill?
Well, I gotta be honest. Once word got out in the office we were doing your car, HR required us to do it.
Well, you could have at least got me one that fit. Maybe one with, look, this is a drawn-on logo, and it's all ripped up.
Okay, I didn't have embroidery, but we wanted to do some marketing.
We've got an embroidery machine, so.
Well, I think mine turned out pretty good. Well, anyway, budgets are tight, okay? I don't even have any sleeves, so let's just go and get the job done. What do you say?
Okay, let's do it.
Oh, I was hoping that was a dream, but
It
apparently
wasn't.
not.
Welcome!
Okay, it was a nightmare. I gotta tell you, maybe these hazmat suits weren't such a bad idea after all. I mean, really?
I told you it wasn't all my garbage. You said you were gonna have an open mind about this whole thing.
Yes, but I think on this interior detail, you're on your own. I'll be open-minded, but I'm gonna stick to the exterior. What do you say?
Yeah, you just do the exterior. I don't want to hear you complain the whole time.
Okay, I'm out then. Get to work.
Now that Bill's gone, I just need to get my tools. And then let's get started.
Where is everybody? We are never gonna get this car done on time. This is Josh's car. He should be here. Well, looks like I better pitch in or we're never gonna get it done.
Oh, geez. Oh, geez, what is,
What?
no.
Just helping you. We were running way behind schedule.
Jeez, no, thank you.
What, you don't want me helping
No,
you?
no, thank you.
Well, that's a first.
I got it.
All right, well, here. Oh, wait a minute. Wow, what are those? A car cover?
It's called work-life balance, okay? It's private.
Okay.
It's private.
Yeah,
I
definitely
didn't want you
should.
to touch it on purpose.
Well, definitely
Okay.
you should have taken over.
These are private. Okay, so I just finished going through the carpets with the shop vac and the extractor, and they're looking 10 times better. I mean, this really was a disaster detail, and I'm really excited to see what the results are going to be. Not only because it's my own car, but also because it was in such bad condition. But what we're going to do next here is I'm going to take some of my handy dandy hyper cleanse, and we're going to go through, work the dash, and like I mentioned last time, I've actually got a surprise for you guys. Our new detailing brushes, which...
Did you say detailing
Well-
brushes?
Hi.
Sorry, but I was so excited about the new brushes, I just wanted to watch them in action again.
Okay. Well, do you want to tell them why they're such great brushes? Or-
No, this is your show. You go ahead. Okay, since you asked.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, we talk about this a lot in the office, but it is so exciting to be part of the design process and watching these things come together simply from us going through lists of what we hated and what we loved about the brushes that were available. So
it was a long list.
it was.
It was a long list.
Well, and that's why these have taken about a year to develop. However, I think people are gonna really like what we've done with them. And I know your techniques. You really love to use the synthetic brushes because they're nice and soft on the interior.
I'm more of a synthetic guy on the interior for sure.
And definitely so, that's the way it goes. But in our set of brushes, I thought it was gonna be vitally important that we mix it up a little and also include some natural bristles. And as you know, natural bristles, they don't break down with the chemicals you would use in the exterior of the car.
Yeah.
So it's just a great way to go. And we were really, as you know, we get a little picky around here, selective about the bristles that we chose. And they just did such a great job. But I think, as you knew I was gonna say, my favorite part of these brushes is
the Kryptonite technology.
The Kryptonite technology. We absolutely hated detailing brushes that slipped around in your hand. They were uncomfortable. You'd get the little pencil mark here from playing with them all day long. But with this new rubberized urethane, they stay tacky. They're easy to get a hold of. And man, they're just so ergonomic. And I know we were inspired by other things like toothbrushes and shavers and all those rubberized overlays. And man, I think they nailed it with these brushes.
But wow, don't they look good?
But anyway,
Okay,
carry on. I know
yeah.
this is you're the interior guy. I don't want to get in the way.
Thanks for jumping in.
Yeah, anytime. I'm out.
So
luck.
as Bill mentioned, I'm going to take the synthetic brushes. I'm going to go through and I'm going to start doing the interior from here. We're going to be using Hyper Cleanse to really clean things up. Then we'll cut over to Bill. He's got some interesting tips and tricks that he's using on the rims, and we'll go from there. So let's get started.
Egg 33, whatever.
Son of a... I hate this car. Everything is rusted on it. Go back somewhere else.
Okay, so our next step, and I mentioned in the last episode that we're going to go and use Hide Rehab on all of the seats, but I'm really excited because we actually have our new leather shampoo, which is supposedly supposed to condition and clean at the same time. The lab sent this over to me today, so I thought, you know what, why don't we give it a try? So we're going to use our handy dandy horsehair brush, and we're going to just spray it right onto the brush here. And we're going to go through. Wow, that stuff smells amazing. You don't necessarily want to oversaturate with new chemicals like this, but it looks like this stuff's really forgiving. So I can already tell a difference on how soft the leather is. Let's come through and just wipe this down. I'm having a little too much fun with this. I think I'm going to use this on the rest of the car. Holy crap, that's so much softer and conditioned, it feels like. So I'm gonna go through the rest of the car with this, and let's go over to Bill and see what's going on with the rims.
Well, so once again, I got duped by Josh and I'm out here doing his wheels. And I think that we should probably be just throwing them in the dumpster. However, just for the sake of the show, we're gonna go through and finish them up. And I'm gonna show you a quick way to paint these wheels and bring them back to life. Now, we all know we could have the wheel taken off and have them sandblasted and take them over to the powder coater. However, with an $1,800 car, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So we're just gonna go through and paint them, and really, we'll make them look 100% better. Now, the funny thing is I've already gone through and prepped these wheels and they still look terrible. So we're gonna have to see how this paint works out, but let me tell you a little bit about what you need. One, some 1000 grit sandpaper and some water. Go through and wet sand the entire rim and get that ready to go and roughed up. And then we're gonna go through and use some acetone or alcohol and degrease them, because you get a lot of chemicals on this, which will make it so the paint doesn't want to stick. Now, I've gone around and taped the rim to keep it off the tire. If we make any mistakes, it comes off easily, easy to get done. But what we also like to do is have a tire stencil. And now we'll usually take this, put it over the tire itself to protect the rubber before we start shooting. Now, you can use regular spray paint, but we don't recommend it because it just doesn't last that long. A couple of car washes and they start looking terrible. So we actually like to go to our local body shop, and as you've seen past episodes, get a rattle can filled with, let's say, auto body quality paint that once it goes on, it's really gonna last a long time, and the shine is gonna outlast anything you could buy at the Home Depot. So let's get started. We'll put our first coat on and we'll see how we do. So what you want to do is not put too heavy a coat on it first. Really just glaze over the rim and see if you're going to have any problems with fisheye or the paint not sticking. It also shows a lot of places you got to go back and re-prep. So you can see here we have a ton of the chrome lifting off and a lot of barnacles or something going on the inside that we're going to have to go back and redo. And we're going to do that before we put them back on the car. But you get a good idea of the motion that we're using. A straight across, establish a wet line, and get that paint so it really shines out. For the sake of time, I won't do the corrections on camera, but we will get rid of some of this stuff. And when we're done, I think these rims are gonna look 100 times better. And then we're gonna save a ton of money from buying new ones. And so there's one of our tricks and tips for transforming your rims. Well, all right, that wraps up another edition of Detail and Bail, and like most of this episode, Josh is nowhere to be found. So.
Hey, I'm here.
Oh.
Oh, just finishing up some finishing touches.
Yeah, I think we could lose the hazmat suit about now. All the hazards are done.
Yeah.
All I got to say to you is, well played, my friend. You got some of the best detailers in the world to work on that car of yours.
That ended up working out pretty well.
Yes, it did. But you did keep true to your word. We didn't dump any money into the car. I think we had a couple of $30 in paint. But yeah,
that was it.
But
hopefully we can get like 4,000 out of it.
I guess my only question to you is, what the hell took you so long? 2 years that car sat.
Well, you know, I was busy doing other stuff. So
I get it.
Paid $1,900 for it.
Yeah.
So I think we can list it for $4,500, maybe OBO or best offer.
You might want to check the blue book on that one. But yeah, I think if at any time you get somebody who wants a nice little SUV for a good price.
Yeah, those rims are looking fantastic.
Yeah.
So, and you know, the things that we did do on it just made a significant difference.
Oh.
So, I mean, the interior is looking great. So the paint correction on the exterior, looking awesome as well.
Yeah, I agree. And if we went through it all, let's do our usual walkthrough. We did the rims, which were the chrome barnacled rusted something or other, but they really do look good. We had to pull one of them off and re-prep the one we filmed because we missed a few spots for the sake of time. However, man, they look good.
Yeah, they really.
And then we went through and did a paint correction. We did the ceramic slam, which was
some ceramic slam, topped it with some color crush.
Yeah, and that really made that black paint. It's hard to believe that is original paint after doing that. I'm just like, wow.
1999, baby.
Yeah, it's pretty fun to do stuff like that. I mean, even though it was your car And I moaned and whined a lot about that. Just
Yeah.
doing those things.
A little bit.
Just a little. But just doing those things and watching the car like that completely turn around. I don't care whose car it is or what kind of car. It is great fun.
Yeah.
And so I guess the one thing though is we didn't talk a lot about giveaways, but I saw the lab brought in that small sample of the leather shampoo.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it. I honestly don't think it's ready though for a giveaway. I think that we should steer more towards our detailing brushes.
Oh,
Yeah.
aren't you always the pragmatic one? Well, okay. And I did though. I looked at the seats after that, and I gotta say, it was more about the feel than the look of them. They
smelled
didn't.
good,
Yeah, they didn't look oily. They just looked like they came off the showroom. They looked really natural, and I was excited about that. But once again, we know how much we love those detail brushes. So
Yeah.
let's give away what? 12?
Kryptonite technology. Check it out.
Kryptonite. Anyway, so if you would, what are we thinking? What can we
8.
get away with?
Let's give away 8.
No, that is just insulting. 12. 12 sets.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll pay for them if everyone gets mad. Let's give away 12 sets of our detailing brushes. And the deal is, when you comment, we will pick the people. We'll go through and see who wants to use the detail brushes, and we would love to get your feedback on it, because that is really what this show is all about, is trying to make better products and seeing what our customers think about them. So, that being said, let's go through and take a look at the car.
Okay.
All right, I think it was a win.
I think it was a win too. And make sure you subscribe, like the video, and make sure to tune in for the next episode of Detail and Bell.
I think it was a real win for you. Okay, let's go.
I knew it! That son of a